call was on service. I was on wards and took care of an oncology patient that wasn't having the greatest time at things. A lot of our oncology patients in the hospital, unfortunately, many of them, it may be the end of life. That's why they're in the hospital. They may have exhausted all the standard care therapies and not doing so well. And their doc really hadn't addressed kind of, code status and, hospice or what are the treatment options. I mean, this is in the early 2000s, so there wasn't, once you kind of exhausted treatments, there wasn't a whole lot left beyond kind of routine chemotherapies. And I took care of him. The husband or the patient wasn't doing well and clearly looked like he was imminently going to code that night. And I had this lengthy discussion with a family member. And after tears with them, certainly with me, it was very emotional. Unfortunately, the patient ultimately passed, was a DNR, so he didn't have to go through being CPR, et cetera. And kind of went on and did my job. And about 3 or 4 months later, I got a letter in the mail from the spouse's wife. And it was this long, drawn-out letter that said, I appreciate you spending the time with me. Ultimately made the right decision. I'm glad we met with you and not somebody else. I'm glad we didn't pursue CPR, et cetera. And it hit pretty hard. And then I realized that the oncology patients, much like you guys, I mean, they're very thankful when you're doing something for them. They're extremely thankful, and it was very gratifying, and it was entirely different than some of the other subspecialties I've been exposed to. As a resident, you get exposed to the worst in oncology patients because they're the sickest. You don't always see what's going on in the clinic. And then I realized I better get in the clinic and see what outpatient oncology is like, and that's what flipped the switch.